Peace out. Hey, Bill Kraus, how are you doing?
Doing great, Andy. Doing great. How's your day been?
Oh, it's fantastic. But like that, um, this whole entire show is for you, Bill Kraus.
Perfect. Just what I signed up for.
Good. How you been?
Outstanding. Just doing the do, working.
John Maxwell, good friend. He's been very successful. He said, you can't do for everybody. So do for one person like you would like to do for everybody else. So if I could take, 1,000 people that are on here and I could say, hey, how you doing? You know, so I'll just do for you like I want to do for all of them. I see your numbers are popping up. You got some stuff issue paid.
Yeah, we have. We're fighting for it. We're fighting for it.
How's Jake?
Leaders, the pace of the pack.
How's Jake?
He's great. He's actually in the field today. So actually took a couple of in-homes from him already. So
So he calling you, checking, see what he's supposed to sell them or how to close the deal.
no, just technical difficulties sometimes, but he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff. Sometimes he just calls me in for I guess backup confirmation so that the
Cool.
clients can, yeah.
I recommend anybody in your group and anybody in the nation that they call somebody every single time from the home. I just hung up with Jeff Wright. We were talking right up until the music started playing. And, it's just a couple extra things that he said that were critical that I want to get my point across when I'm talking about what I'm going to be talking about. The subject's reading, why it's important, and why it's in the 8 Steps book, and what does it do for you. But I recommend anybody in the home. We had this guy, um, I think he's jumped out a window by now, but this guy, he was meaning he's something he ain't right in the head. But he went for like months not selling. And I was at a meeting, I was talking to him and I was talking to his wife, and I was like, well, how's he not selling? She said, well, he don't say the right stuff, he don't use the right products. And he was right there. I was like, hey, how come you don't use the right stuff, say the right stuff? He said, well, I forget when I'm at home, I can't think of what to say. I said, well, do you call anybody? He said, no. I said, well, who's your upline? He told me he was upline, and they're good people. I said, well, if they're not taking your phone call or if they're not telling you to call, I'm going to call them up and do something about it. No, 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 they tell me every week. I said, how long you been just getting toasted like this? Man, I'm under exaggerating. I was like, how are you affording to keep buying leads? He's like, well, I got this job. I think he's on retirement and he had a job. So he's just buying leads and not making sales. So let's say, I don't know, he's losing $250 a week. It might have been 300. I was just like, you're a stubborn mofo. You know what I mean? Like, you're stubborn. I don't, a lot of people, they say, I say, give me one of your good tricks. I'm stubborn. I'm going to keep trying. I think that was a combination of stupid and stubborn. I don't think stupid stubborn is the same thing as when you say, I'm just stick to itiveness and I just won't quit, you know? I got this other friend. I think of his name in a minute. This joker was born with no arms and no legs. He got a little nub thing he could grab stuff with up under his arm, and got big teeth, so he's good on the mouth thing. But a smart guy. He got a law degree, and I've flown him in to speak to some of my friends. I talk to some of these people about stubbornness, and just keep fighting, And he drove one time. It was like 3 hours away. He drove 3 hours by himself. Didn't even bring nobody with him. Driving like this right here. He got some kind of thing, like he had like something. He didn't have like legs. It's just like, but he had motion down there where his legs had motion, and he had some contraction where he could do the gas. Drove to Pittsburgh from somewhere. I can't remember where it was, but I know he met us in Pittsburgh. And I was like, well, dude, I mean, what do you think you did? He said, I'm just stubborn. I won't quit. I said, well, that's a good thing. You know, stupid stubborn's not good. And then we ordered a sandwich from this famous Phillies sub place. And that jerk was like, I said, oh, let me cut that for you. He's like, I got it. I was like, no, because he was pulling it everywhere, you know. And he said, I don't like, you know, hemp. I said, let me get that sandwich for you. So I cut it, you know, and stuff. Woo. Well, then I said, hey, here's what we ought to do. And I give him an idea. And it was a good idea. And there's no way it could go wrong. I've done this a million times. I explained to him how I was going to, you know, market him and get him to speak. And that son of a gun, I believe almost, and he wasn't making no money as an attorney. I mean, no money. Like, embarrassing, low amount. And I was like, don't you want to make more money? I mean, we paid him, you know, I don't know, $5,000 or something to speak. It was a good amount for him to come speak. Might not have been that much, but it was pretty good, you know. It was way more than he makes as an attorney. And I was like, you be our spokesperson. You speak. It was a good setup. Stupid. I was like, you're stubborn, but you ever been called stupid? He's like, more called stubborn than stupid. I said, well, I like you and everything. Steve Saunders, the VP of Fidelity and Guarantee, said he is on the way to the Tampa airport from Atlanta. So Robbie Kraft, y'all should look for Steve Sanders. He's going to be on your flight. And all my staff is coming down. Y'all are in Atlanta. And he will meet us at Three Daughters Brewery tonight. So that's good news. So my man, not making sales month after month after month, thousands and thousands of dollars in debt. Okay? Not debt. That's not true. Because he was making, he had retirement money. He would just take his money and give it to leads. So I told his upline, I said, look, if this fool's doing that, you should give somebody else those leads and let them work him because, you know, they're still juicing them their oranges, you know? And they started doing that. Well, he finally found this one good guy that could sell. Well, of course, we treated the guy that could sell more special than him, right? Because people say, well, he's not more special than me. Well, he's not more special than you, but he's not stupid, you know? I mean, he might be stupid, but he ain't stupid like you stupid, like where he ain't selling. At least this guy's selling. So we treated this guy more special, and the guy was making a bonus. He was making a glow bonus off him, but he learned how to sell once in a while because he started calling from the home. Well, then, because he was jealous of this dude underneath him, he quit. I said, how are you stubborn for months after months after months and ain't making no money, throwing your money out the window, and then you start making some money? God.
People are crazy.
Do what?
People are crazy, Andy.
Oh, this is one of the crazier ones. And it ain't like he's a young turkey, got a chance, another chance in life, you know? Now, the other guy, which I won't get too many details, is killing it with us. Just killing it with us. And that's just the way this business works. You put up with somebody, and you just keep working with them and be nice to them, and you never know. The cuckoo one might start getting good. He might get a lightning bolt striking, you know? But hey, that reminds me, this guy was on it. This book right here, the story of this tree. And this tree got lightning struck on it, I think 23 times. Several hurricanes. You know what got to the tree? Bugs. The little stuff. You know? That's the same what happened to that guy. The bugs got to him. Jealous. Or the F word. You know, people get upset about that F word. My wife gets on me about that F word a lot. Y'all know the F word, right? Fair. It wasn't fair. I got another guy mad at me. He mad at me because I ain't been fair. Bro, I don't know what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you how to get wealthy. I'm trying to tell you, I ain't advertising for Diet Coke. I'm just trying to tell you how to get wealthy. I'm just trying to get rich. You worried about being fair. That's better. I wish I had my A cup.
I don't want life to be fair. I want it to be unfair in my favor.
You DM right. You DM right. Well, I'm going to tell you how to get there. Yep. Davies remembers. He remembers him driving. Oh, there goes my boy with no arms and no legs. See him right there with Paul Roberts. See him?
I see him.
Davies said, I remember that turkey truck, that old beat up truck in there. He did, that old beat up truck. I was like, bro, you got no arms, no legs. You can drive a truck. You ought to be famous. So one of y'all text me his name. He's a good guy. Smart, stubborn, stupid. Of course, it's a matter of opinion. Everybody get mad. You call a man stupid. Well, I try to show the man how you make 10 times more money and not have to drive a beat up truck. And he had a wife and kids too. I think he had a wife and kids. Pretty sure he had a wife. Like he had a family. You know what I'm saying? Like, men need to make the money. I know money ain't everything, by the way. Stephanie, don't start on me with that money ain't everything stuff. I know money ain't everything. Winning ain't everything either. Wait a minute. I think winning is. I think that is. If you got pride, winning is important. If you're not proud of yourself, proud of your family name, not proud of your wife, and my wife, she ain't hitting on much. I don't need to be too top of the leaderboard. Or my children, they're not too important. Wait a minute, my children are important. For me, the name of the sandwiches was Primatis Brothers. That's right. That's the sandwich. That trucker bit into that sandwich, Bo. People know stuff, man. Y'all think I make this stuff up. I'm not making it up about the dumb old man. I think that's the same man that asked me about reading. I said, look, old as you are, don't even worry about reading. If you ain't figured it out by now, you ain't got time to read. You need to be booking more appointments. You know, you get ready to die, you need to sell a lot of insurance. People get offended by that stuff. I just joking. I mean, I was joking, but I was serious. You know what I mean? Like, I'm old, but I still read because mainly, reading is important. That's what I'm talking about today. We're doing the 8 steps, and reading is the subject. Reading will take a dumb fool and make him smart. Now, let me tell you this. I took some notes. Me and Jeff were talking a lot yesterday about all this reading idea. It really makes you, reading makes you informed, not necessarily smart. Like, there's a lot of people smarter than I am, but they're not really smarter. You know, they're not really informed. They don't get it. I call it get it. They don't get it. They don't understand. They don't grasp the concept of what we're trying to do here and what the overall objective is. What is the overall objective? Well, it depends on what your life is. The Bible said, love the Lord with all your heart. What's number 2? Well, I'm figuring have fun. Enjoy the earth. Enjoy what he put out here. All these other people. Be nice to them. Love the brother like you love yourself. Care about others. Well, I have heard you say bad stuff about people, Andy. Well, what did you do? You caught me doing something wrong, did you? You know, like people they gonna do this to you, Megan, and you, Stephanie. They make these decisions about you. It could be your little boy, you know. It could be my son. Well, guess what? Guess what I saw him do? I saw him smoke a cigarette behind the barn and didn't tell nobody. Be like, holy sheesh. You should see the stuff going on in my head if you want to know bad. That's what I tell people. They don't know bad. Reading gets you informed and lets you know what's going on. Y'all reading? Megan, you reading any books these days?
That's right. I just got the one you told me to get, How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. And I got the audio as well. So
good job. Anything else?
I just got it in the mail.
I've been reading a little bit along the way.
I told my mama she needs to read that book.
She ain't gonna read it.
I know. She's like, what? Do you think I worry too much? Yeah.
Let me think for 1 second and see if I think you worry too much.
Funny.
Reading anything else?
Yeah, so the Relentless book, I read it, and I'm gonna read it again.
You know, I'm glad you brought up that book, Relentless. I would say I'm a relentless moneymaker. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just relentless about it. I'm like my friend was on a promiscuous Subway sandwich about money. Yeah, I just go after it.
Yeah.
That's a great book. Wonder why some people are relentless and some ain't. I think if you read the book, it helps you become relentless. One friend of mine, he told everybody, he said, y'all just don't love your children like I love my children. That's how come I work harder than you. Mad. You start telling people you love your children more than they love their children. They get mad about that. They don't want to hear that. They say, that's not the reason I'm working. I'm not working. Let me explain something to you. I love my children just as much as you love yours. I'm just not working as much as you. Okay. So you can't win that battle. You can't equate how much you love them to how much they're working. I can't start telling people Megan Wood just loves her children more than you. That's the reason she's out working. They'd get mad as 80. Come on. Hair stand up on the back of the head. That won't work. What will work? There's some things that do work. Stephanie, you come and hang out. You and Mike come and hang out with us tonight. Or you already got plans?
No, tonight's actually his birthday, so we decided to spend it with y'all over there.
Awesome. It's Jennifer's birthday. Jennifer, maybe yesterday might have been Jennifer's birthday. Jennifer Daniels that runs events.
Happy birthday, Jennifer.
Ooh, this is a good one. I love my children enough that I won't force them to look outside of my home for an example. I love my children enough that I won't look outside my home for an example of what a fighter looks like. That'd get them mad too. You saying I ain't a fighter? You saying my child's gonna have to look elsewhere to find a fighter? Yeah, you got a lover in you, but you might be looking for a fighter one day. I don't know if I should say my man's name. Should I say my attorney's name? I could make him more famous. His name was Craig. Let's go with that. Be easy to find if you do a little bit of work. Okay. Hey, I don't know what do you have? Hey, Beray's joining us. Hey, Tia, show me what you have as far as foresters. You said you had. Hey, Beray, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Andy. How are
I'm fired up, talking trash, doing what I like to do, love doing. All right, check this out. 200 and thank you. You see that? Tia saw me looking like this. She blowed it up, man. Like anticipatory right there. 250 people. We're gonna give away a bunch of cash. Throw down just a little bit. 250 people get cash. 150 people, 30 people get iPads. And top 500 people get a donation to your favorite charity. One of y'all cell phones going beep, beep. Top 250 agents will qualify. I don't know how much money they're giving away, but it's like 100 grand or something. Do we have any leaderboards or how much? Number one person gets $4,000. I know that. Stephanie, did you get your $4,000 on that other Foresters contest?
I sure did, and all kinds of Amazon gift cards. I'm currently number 2 out of all 45,000 agents right now, but just give it a couple more days for all my stuff to hit.
Here we go. Yep. You right now, you're already on track to win another $3,600. You know, I think this contest, when does it end? Does it end in November?
October 31st.
October 31st. So September, October. So you got another month. You're going to make another $4,000 bonus. I mean, have you ever had a job where you got a $4,000 bonus?
No, never. It's
How about a
crazy.
$4,000 tip? Have you ever had a job where you got a tip? There's $4,000. Thanks. Good job, man. Way to bring in the crab legs.
Yeah, not that big. No. I was talking to Bruce on Sunday, and I calculated my bonuses from Foresters from, I believe it was June, July, August. It totaled almost $8,000.
Let me tell you this. I used to work 7 days a week. Way to go. Kill myself in Amway. And I would get like an $8,000 check at the end of the year if we were Q12, whatever that meant. And we'd lose our mind. We'd get caught up on all kinds of bills and credit cards paid off. And every once in a while I'd buy something, Jane, you know. Vinny Napoli is down there, number 10 in the United States of America, on track to win $2,000 and the iPad. I heard his girlfriend then got real positive about our business too. She's like, I think this thing will work, because he started making a lot of money. He's on there. I think she paid like $20,000 this month or $15,000. Get where I put it. Danny Johnson on track to win $1,600 extra. So all these other slots is somebody else in the United States of America that is not part of the alliance. I would like to see us take number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'd like for us to get the top 10 spots with Foresters if possible. Scroll down a little bit further, see who's next. I wonder what book this is. Oh, this is out of Worry book. Fundamental. Why are we such fools, so tragic fools? How strange it is, our little procession of life. The child says, when I'm a big boy, and then he grows up, when I get married. Yeah, it's this book about worry. It's a really good book. People are sending me pictures, screenshots. It's a good book. If you hadn't got it. So why do you do this over and over again? Let me tell you why. Hooray. Here's what people do. They come in this business. Leave the leaderboard up. You don't have to take it down. They come in this business, broke, busted, and disgusted. They start making money, and they do like this. I got this. They'll do anything you say until they get $1,000 in the checkbook. Then they're like, got this. And what happens is they don't pay as close attention to the details anymore because they got this. And what will happen is, like a tree, the bugs will get them if you ain't careful. You have to stay, and look, I teach this because I am this. I know that if I back off, it can go away. I like being on top of this water spout. With me, I like where I am. I don't want to go away. So also, I would actually, this might sound crazy to you, do better. I'd like to get up higher. Bigger power, another house, another jet, another multimillionaire we help. Jera Gonzalez is on track to win $1,200. Mark Hutchinson, $1,200. Olga and Jason, $800. Look at all these spots that we could move up. I'm asking for the production. Scroll back down go back up to number 1. I'm going to see how far it is. Look at the difference between number 10 and number 2 is only 4,000 points. So I bet you every little bit Vinny does, he's going to get more money. He's going to move up towards the top, where he really needs to get into the top 5 so he can get that 2,400. So from Danny Johnson, 1,600 up to Vinny, there's only $1,500. That's one sale. that Danny could be up there where Vinny is. Scroll down. Let's see what's next. I'm asking them to give us some numbers in between. We don't have to have them, but you get the idea. For Mark Hutchinson, number 28, to Jared Gonzalez, there's only like 200 points different. Jason and Olga at 6,000. There's not even $1,000 difference between number 34 and number 28. See, winning is just a little bit away. That's why that little bit of extra makes a world of difference. A little bit of reading, a little bit of audio, a little bit of coaching. Because people go, I got this. I know what to do. I know everything to do. And I'm going like, bro, you still need to get in there for some coaching. Joe Duke's on track to win 800. Jake and Bell Krause. There you are, Bell. $400. Look at the difference between you and Mark Hutchinson. Very little different to get you an extra $800 cash. See who's down below Jake and Bell. Who is that? I don't know who that is. Diane Lampy. I bet that's what's that name? Emodia. I'm close. See, you can't. Can you say it? Can you see it? I want to give her credit.
You almost said it right. Let me look it up. Hold on.
Say it to me. I'll get it right. If you, it's Emodia. Amadea. No, that's not it. That's the song. Jan Miller is number 73. You say, how do you know her name? Because it's Jan. I know it's Jan. It's Miller. I mean, Amadea, I have a hard time. I see all the letters. I see the M and the O and the D. I get the concept. Tatiana, Michelangelo. You know who that is?
I think it's Emma Dobie.
Huh?
I think it's Emma Dobie.
Emma Dobie, that's it. Emma Dobie. Hey, Emma Dobie. Hey, check this Tatiana. That is that's Logan's girlfriend. That's Michael Nancy Owens and Logan. That's his girlfriend, Tatiana. On track to win an extra $200. Gus and Mercedes. People tell me they didn't know Gus had a brain tumor around his spinal cord until they saw him on this video, on this thing on Friday, and saw it. Yeah, he's whooping your butt selling. Man, got a brain tumor. Wife trying to sell us insurance. She barely speaks the language. Selling to everybody. Everybody. First they were all like, only Hispanic leagues, only Hispanic people, only people Spanish. Now they're like, we don't care. We don't even care. Well, they don't say it like I'm saying it, but they say that's the intent of what they're saying. We don't care. We're going to sell to everybody. And John Padilla. We ain't going no further. We ain't going out of the top 100. All right. Cash, iPads, bonuses, recognition, points toward Thailand, all good stuff coming at you if you sell foresters. They're just the ones that takes care of us the most. Okay. All right. Hey, let's do the weekly leaderboards. The one, how much production we're doing to you. That's it. Activity and numbers. There we go. Marvin Otsoy done won the extension trip for him and Julissa. Joe Dukes done won the extension trip going to Chiang Mai. Terry and Tia Edwards done won the extension trip. New to Phuket, Michael Hartlett. There go you upline, Stephen. He done won him a trip to Phuket, Thailand. Kyle Cater done won to Phuket. Sean Padilla done won to Phuket. And Gary Philistine. I see Gary live on Facebook. He on that. I got him on there. He's on there doing a live presentation to the what world does he speak to? The I know the Carnival Cruise Line stops by there at his place. Tahiti, not is it Tahiti? Y'all know where he's preached to? He's doing it in a different language. I think it's people from Tahiti. I think that's where. No, I don't think that's right. Olga, tell me. He's figuring out a way to create leads. Creole. He's speaking Creole. What country do you speak in Creole? Texting me that. Haiti. He's from Haiti. So he's got him a live Facebook going to Haiti people and talking all kinds of craziness, saving up for retirement. I understood cash value. He'll be talking, hey, hold on, cash value, hey, you know, and change it. I catch the word or two. Apparently, he doesn't know the translation, or there is no translation word. He'll put the old insurance word on him. They'll want him all expense paid trip to Tahiti. No, not Tahiti, Thailand. Haiti, where he's from. And he's going to want a trip to Thailand. He's going to be fun on that trip. All right, James and Jane Hill done come rolling in with 30,000 submit. Megan Wood, 18,000 submit. And Billy Crane, 16,000 submit. Woohoo! Issue paid, Chris and Courtney Long, number one this week was 17,000 issued. There he is, Marvin and Julissa Otsoy with 14 grand issued. Megan Wood, 14 grand issued. Megan, I just want to congratulate you. You are very, very consistent and very high producing. I'm very impressed with that. Joe Dukes, 12,000. Megan, Joe Dukes, 12 grand. Olga and Jason Mathis, 11 grand. Benny Napoli, 11 grand. Jenny Patel, 10 grand. 7 people issued over 10 grand this week. In a week, 7 people over 10 grand. Christina Ortega knocked out 9 grand. Tim and Nikki Long, 9 grand. Brian and Cristaline Rojas, 9 grand. I'll see them tonight. Jose Carlos Oitsoy Ruiz. Now that makes me wonder if he isn't tied into Otsoy somehow. Carlos Otsoy. I wonder if he's a relative, brother, son. And then Thomas Murphy. Tom Murphy on Brandon Manley's team got 8 grand ish paid. If Tom Murphy's on Manley, if Tom Murphy is on this call, I want to call him out and say, Tom Murphy, you can compete with Chris Long. You can compete with, well, really, you can compete with anybody on here. This is a competition. People say, it ain't a competition. The hell it ain't. That's how come we put number 1, number 2, number 3, because we're competing for the number 1 spot every week, every month, every year. So I ain't in a competition. Well, you're in a competition, you're number 10, 12. Well, I didn't want it. I didn't be asked to put in a competition. You didn't ask to be born neither, but here you are. You didn't ask to be an American, but here you are. Look around. That's the first thing they tell you in the Army, right? Figure out where you are. What do they end up where you figure out where you are, Bill? When you jump out of a plane? It's to find out where you are. What is it? Find out where you are. Find out where the enemies are. Find out where the good guys are. Get the hell out of there. I don't know. That's not right, but it's close. What is it? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Figure out where you are and where your objective is. Usually getting out of there is not the first move.
So figure out where you are and figure out where the objective is. What about where the bad guys are? Is that important?
Depends on the objective.
Depends on the objective. Where are you and where's the objective? Well, let me tell you, if you find yourself in the alliance, you should try to win. That should be the objective. Annuity producers. I don't know how to say Gary's name yet, but Chris Baldwin hired this guy named Gary Cahoney. I think it's Gary Cahoney. 285,000, 283,000 issue. Kyle Cater got one, 214. Stanley Aldridge. Stan the Man Aldridge got a big one issued. Karen Musel got a big one issued, and Michael Hartley got a big one issued. Foresters producers. Vinny's moving up on you. Stephanie, look at there. He's number 1 this week. Mercedes and Gus moving up. Jonathan and Megan Yagi moving up. Foresters, way to go, Vinny. Way to go, Mercedes. Way to go, Gus, Jonathan and Megan. Recruiters. I know it's going to shock y'all, but Andy Riddle's number 1, and my base is number 2. Andy said that he was going to be my red team and my blue team, but he didn't. Because if you add the 6 and 5 together, we got 11. He got 9. But the rest of y'all need to jump on board and start competing, trying to win. Terry Edwards, that joker's on fire. Him and T are on fire recruiting and selling. Stephen Davies on fire, 4 recruits. Jane Bazan put in 3. I met her live on a Zoom call this past week. Joseph 2 put in 3. Diane Lampy put in 3. Alex Avian got in 3 good ones. And Kristen Courtney Long, in addition to being number 1 in sales this week, was number 10 in recruiting with 2 direct and wit. I mean, what? I'm focusing on recruiting. Well, how come you ain't on leaderboard? I'm focusing on selling. How come you ain't on leaderboard? Why don't you focus on selling and recruiting? Try to get both of them up there. That's what y'all try to do. All right. Van Thoff, we try to get him on here. Hey, I promote Lead with Forrester. So that's one good reason. So if you said that was the only reason you promoted, I could live with that. But I want to know, what do you like about Forresters the most, Dale? What's your favorite thing about promoting Forresters and using them as your first?
When I'm working with the families, it's member benefits, the free events in the area. And for a lot of people, it's a lot of the charity work they do. When they found out that Forrester was giving gift cards to people who were making masks or donating food to the elderly when the pandemic hit, people want to be a part of an organization they feel good about. And so when it goes beyond just being, quote, an insurance carrier, they feel connected with an organization that's out there doing good. And so they want to be connected to that. So it's the member benefits and all the extras that they do.
You know, they don't have to pay taxes like Fidelity and Guarantee and CFG. Well, CFG has to pay, but they're fraternal, which is even better than a mutual as far as the way they're treated tax-wise. So they take all those millions of dollars of savings and give away the free benefits. So instead of the government getting it, the people get it. That's where it comes from. They ain't just giving it away out of their heart. They would have to be giving it to the government if they was a normal insurance company, but they're not. They're fraternal. They have these free benefits. Oh, real soon we've got another guarantee issue company that goes down to 1-year-old and 22-year-olds. It ain't a fraternity. Yeah, it is a fraternity. It's a fraternal company too. They're gonna have some free stuff too. Same thing for Ray. What do you like about Foresters? If your number one is a fraternal and that stuff like that, that's fine. But if you would throw in something else also.
So what I like about Foresters is the member benefits, definitely, but I think the biggest thing for myself is the orphan benefit, and the families that I like to help out, that help them out with that, whether it's somebody young, they have kids, just knowing that, something happens to both of the parents, they're going to have that $900 a month per child till the day that they're 18. Here I help
a
month.
900. What if it's 3 kids? They get $900 a month each.
900 each, 2,700. Yep.
8 of them. 8 kids, they still do $900 each per month.
900 each per month. Yep. So that's what I like about it. And then I know like a lot of grandparents are raising their grandchildren. So same thing, if you get them a policy over a certain face amount, they have that benefit as well. So that's huge. That's one of my favorite. And then the family fun events, I like doing those, and I'll see my clients at those events. So it's fun.
How about you, Stephanie?
A lot of the same as for Ray, having kids, that's a big deal. But being in Florida, the hurricane benefit is a big deal to clients. They love when, if we have a hurricane, they're going to get $300. And, the benevolence grant, if they have an accident or an illness and then they're financially struggling, they can get a grant, and that to them is a big deal. So they feel like somebody's on their side. No other insurance company is just giving them benefits like that.
I like the way they issue stuff too. I like that fraternal stuff, but I got to get paid.
They pay very well. Yeah, they do.
And all these
And they like to give you
bonuses,
bonuses.
all these bonuses they keep throwing out there.
I have gotten so far just almost $2,000 worth of Amazon gift cards. They just pop up in my email. Like every once in a while, it's like, boom, here you go.
I'm gonna need some of them. I'll talk to Bruce about that. See if he got any extra cards laying around. Cause I'm on that Amazon Prime. Hit one button and stuff shows up like a damn. Like you just blink and stuff shows up on your doorstep.
Yep, Angelo really likes it. He wants game cards with it.
And it's free.
Yeah, free.
Make no damn sense. America, baby. Land of the beautiful. And Amazon Prime. Unbelievable. People out there struggling today. Y'all know that? Struggling. Stephanie, you ever struggled in your life financially? Were y'all worried about the rent? Worried about what to eat? Go to the grocery store, pick out stuff kind of based on how much it costs?
Oh my God, for years. For years. I was a single mom. It was just me and Angelo. We used to go shopping inside my ex-mother-in-law's closet. She was an extreme couponer. So to make sure Angelo had lunches and dinners, we would go shopping at her house once a week. And, you know, it was really hard for a long time. But we're here.
But was she a weird buyer? Like, as in, did you have to like lean toward Italian or German or lean toward lean cuisine or, you know, what did you know what I'm saying? Like, was she just, was it like a real grocery store and I just had everything? I mean, how big was it? Could you get inside the pantry or was it just to get a look in?
It was a walk-in closet. She stocked a walk-in closet full of stuff, you know, juices, toilet paper, shampoos, anything. And then, yeah, she would have extra food for us. It was just normal stuff. She's Spanish, so she would cook a lot of rice and beans for us to take home.
Does that explain the Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Does that help explain that name?
That's where that comes from. Yeah. A different time for sure. But, you know, that helps me be really grateful, you know, extra grateful now for where I had the struggle before.
I should tell Jane, I'd be like, don't buy nothing. Nothing. We stop at the gas station. She'd be like, get a car. I said, where are you going? I'm going to get something. I said, no, you ain't. You sit back in his car. We're going to get some gas and we're going to leave. You can go in there and get a drink. Crazy. We got some tea at the house. A gallon of tea. Soak that in the water. Don't use no electricity neither. Just set it in the window and let that stuff, call it fancy. So that's, I forget what you call it. That's sun brewed. That's what I tell her. That's sun brewed. Don't use no electricity. Don't put no sugar in it neither. I mean, tight, baby, tight. Pinto beans, man. Today, I just Googled a recipe, ordered every daggone ingredient there is. Bam! Give them a big tip when they come to the door. Megan, I know you're driving, but I want to know what it feels like to be number one in the United States of America and knowing everybody's watching your rear end. You know that because they can't see the front. They got to see the back because they're behind you.
I used to feel intimidated. But now I'm just so freaking excited, like, because I'm determined to get it. I'm determined to get number one for several reasons, but I just can't wait. Like, I can't wait till the end of the year. Like, I'm determined. Like, I have a story and I want to tell it. Like, I want to be able to help other people with my story. Like, I feel, Andy, honestly, I feel like this is what I was put here for. This is why I have gone through everything that I've gone through in my life. This is why. And I finally have something that I can be successful about. So it's a blessing. It is so much of a blessing for me and my son because the alliance has saved my life. So truly.
Well, I'm glad you feel like that, and I'm glad you're doing so good. Figured out how my thing gets moved around. It's me.
So I'm fired up.
Like most problems in my life, all about me.
And I'm 98,000 points in the lead.
You're telling me winning. You're winning by 98,000 points.
Yeah.
Well, Mark Hutchinson's been sick. I just want to let you know that's been his thing. And
Do what now?
Mark Hutchinson's been sick. That's why.
Yeah, you told me.
I'm just telling you.
MD Live, I was sick too. Remember?
Oh, you were sick too. You kept going.
I got a prescription from MD Live.
He was sicker than you. You just don't understand.
Oh, of course.
Like deathly sick. Like a dog. Sick like a dog. Who's number 3?
Yeah.
Who's number 3? Is it Robert Wilson?
Gustin. Katrina Gustin.
Katrina's spanking everybody's butt. Katrina Gustin. Woohoo! Number 3, baby. And people get mad. They go like, I know what you're saying. You're saying, no, I ain't saying woohoo. That's what I'm saying. Don't be reading into stuff I ain't saying. Who's number 4?
I think it's Jane and James Hill.
I'll tell you this. Jane Hill has picked up the pace. And I'm going to see her and James tonight, I'm pretty sure. And I'm going to talk to James. I'm going to say, Jane is kicking butt, taking names. We need you to get crazy too. Oh, here we go. Robert Wilson. Oh, Brandon Beal is not bad. Number 3. Oh, this has Katrina's number 5 and Robert Wilson is number 4. Jonathan Meggie Yakey. They've been coming on strong. You know, they got newlyweds. They had the newlywed thing going on. Junior Correa. Adam Johnson. Kyle and Janina Wilson. And Paul and Sam Menachito. Paul's number 10 in the country. Marcus Richardson's number 11. You said you were going to shoot for be in the top 10, and then you ended up number 1. You just trying to get in the top 10, right, Megan?
That's right. No, top 5. Top 5 was my goal.
Oh, so you want to be top 5 this year. Because this is your second full year with us, right?
Yes.
Second full year. Second full year, she was shooting for top 5, and she ended up number 1 so far by 98,000 points. I say so far, but by 98,000 points.
And I got an annuity getting ready to be issued. So excited.
Hey, let me ask you this. I also understand you got a couple people that you've been coaching, and they're starting to sell a lot. Who is that? Is Chris one of them?
Chris Manifold. Yeah. Yeah, he's doing amazing. Roy Pope,
Who?
the one you talked to. Roy Pope, you talked to him. He's getting stuff figured out. So that's cool.
Hey, is he thinking? I mean, he ain't too far from here. I don't know. He might be a long ways. I thought about him driving over. His wife did text Jane. What's her name? Mary? Tammy. Yeah, she texted Jane. I'm pretty sure Jane answered her back.
Yeah. Good. They're good people.
Well, and Annette picking up the pace too?
Yep, she's working on it. Yeah.
Hey, Tia, let's look at this Warrior Challenge because we've already had 74 people. We ain't got but so many. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Yeah, there you go. How many T-shirts do we have available? I know we're gonna run out pretty soon. 21. Huh?
200.
200, and we already moved 74. So it's all you gotta do is issue pay 10 grand, and it's a cumulative. So the first person to do 10 grand starting September 1 was Katrina Gustin. And now we've had, and then Jason, I think it's Jason Molina. Make sure. Gosh. Where'd it go? Oh, first one was Katrina Gustin. Jason Molina was the second one to get there. Megan Wood. So you get these $10,000 shirts in 24/7 on the back. They're really cool T-shirts. Everybody's advertising them on band. Just letting you know there's limited quantities. Let's scroll down. I think there's 75, 74 already given away. Jan Miller just got her. Say again?
102.
We only have 102. 102 already won.
Correct.
Nice. 102 already won. Mike and Brittany just won theirs. All right, so they're going fast. Thailand, that's going fast. Rolex watches. Let's take a look at the Rolex watches. See if we can find that. I just like to see who's. We post all this stuff on Band and WhatsApp, and there's a private National Agents Alliance Facebook. We posted on there too. Megan Wood, good news. You're still number one by 100,000 points in the Rolex contest. I know those people are really fighting hard to catch you, but you're actually increasing the spread. Evan Patzer. Oh no, Evan. Oh no, Evan was like number 13. Now he's number 14. Joe Dukes. Oh yes. Dukes is fired up because he's up in there. Aren't he somehow in your upline, Beret? Yeah.
Yeah, he's our agency manager.
Have you met him? Y'all met him in person?
Joseph?
Yeah.
Yes. We've been out to Salt Lake. Yes.
I'm just saying y'all should outsell him.
I know. We need to.
I think you should. Yeah. Oh, can I tell you something about how to make money?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, it's hard to make a lot of money if it's just you and Jake. You're going to need a team. Okay?
Okay.
And it's easier when you're younger to build a team. Okay? And it's better if you build a young team. Okay? But don't get me wrong, I had just did this call on this guy, Alfonso, and he ain't no youngin'. And he just jumped on somebody's team, and now he's one of the top producers on the team. But the way you do it, that's someone, like, I'm not kidding. This is how to do it. I'm really working with some of the top people and telling them how to do it, but I want to tell you. What you do is you make up a set of a culture. You make up a culture. Okay? All right?
Okay.
I started taking some notes on what's going to be in a good culture right here. And what you just over, I'll tell you how. Write this down. Write this down. No seniority in the Beret team. Jacob Beret. Set the pace on my team. Win on my team. And what you do is when you're talking to people, you got to give them the old Ric Flair. I don't know if you follow sports. I don't know too many of these teams, but they got these coaches that are recruiting the team. I know two guys. I know Dave Dorn and Kevin Keats. They call me all the time, and one of them's a basketball coach at NC State, one's a football coach. I don't know what's the guy at Alabama that's famous. And then I kind of know the guy at Carolina too. But these coaches, what they do is they talk to these kids, and they made up this culture. Like at Carolina, we have a sense of pride. We believe that the young men, that we don't just coach you to win football, but we teach you how to take your hat off when you're inside and have culture and discipline. And we believe in your overall success. That's what they say. You say, why do they say that? Because that's the culture they made up. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so then they interview you. So you interview them, and then you talk about the culture. Okay. So what if you said, on our culture, we really don't give a shit if you come in 97 or 150. We're just trying to make a living. And we're not embarrassed that Megan Wood's whooping our ass. We don't care about that. We're not in it for the competition. We're not in it for the trips. If you want to join our team, come on board. You see what I'm saying? That's the way most people recruit.
Right.
You say, this is kind of for you too, Belle. So if you set up a culture, you say, well, don't we have a culture? Work and read, and don't we have? Yeah. But do you tell them about it? And do you adopt it to your own words? And is it cocky? And is it confident? Is it about winning and building something magnificent and something to be proud of, that your children will be proud of it? You see what I'm saying? Like, in other words, you got to talk it and walk it. That's what people, a lot of people say, here's a favorite one lately. This is a favorite one among the undisciplined. This is a favorite one among the unwinners. I'm just keeping my head down. Just keep my head down. That's why I'm not calling you. That's why I'm not talking to you. Just keep my head down. Yeah, because you don't want to stick your head up, because then somebody would pay attention to how you ain't winning. I just keep my head down. That's just like, like, what if Art where you walk with the old Ric Flair walk? Rick ain't keeping his head down. That's why everybody knows the Joker's old as a heel. The Joker done died 3 times. Keeps coming back. North Carolina lottery. I mean, he's just crazy. But you see him everywhere. He's all over the dadgum world. He done died 3 times. He said, I'm not kidding you. This Joker looks bad. But he gets his makeup on, gets his hair pulled back, gets on a suit, gets a pretty girl on his arm. Next thing you know, he's talking trash again. You say, yeah, but he can't fight. He can do a commercial. He can get paid big money. You see what I'm saying? Like, so what you got to do is you got to get this culture. Write down 5 things or 6 things that you believe in, and that's what you stand for. And then what happens is, when you start saying these things, you start backing them up. And then people are attracted to that. That's how they're attracted to Kevin Keats' team or Dave Dorn's team or this other guy, Carolina guy. He's attracting them like that gun flies. He's getting these crazy football players that want to win because of the culture that he's bringing to the table. If you don't bring a culture to the table, you ain't bringing nothing. Let's do this. Let's talk about this reading and why reading is important. Anyway, we'll talk more about that. I had Andy Riddle's team on here. I think that might be where I met Alfonso. But Andy Riddle's team on, and we were talking about the Riddle culture. Here's one of the things that Andy Riddle's team says is, we have no seniority. That's what they told me. We got no seniority. It don't matter how long you've been in the alliance. We've been in the alliance for 9 years and stuff, and we like it a lot. You making any money? Yeah, I make 120,000. Oh my God, 9 years, 120,000. No. Everybody started today. I just got started with the alliance, and this year I'm gonna make 400,000. I just got started with the alliance. Second week I made $10,000. First week I made 10,000. You with me? Like, we want to know what you did today, not how long you've been struggling or how long you've been fighting. That's what the Riddle team, they said. Everybody, even Mike Hartley, nope, no matter how long we've been here, it's what are you doing today? So I kind of wish, like, on my team, we respect you if you stayed in for a long time. Like, okay. But Riddle team is like, we don't care how long you've been here. It's what are you doing now? But you see how by saying that, Beret, it puts the pressure on people to perform now, as opposed to not performing. And then they got, well, on our team, we don't really care no way. I mean, everybody's, keep your head down. You know what I mean? It's like either we're trying to win it or we're trying to keep our head down. Let's kick some ass. Let's win the game. I want to do this reading thing real quick. Not real quick, but I think it's important to understand why it's such a big deal. Will you pull up that first slide for me, Tia, please? All right. Okay. 8 steps reading. Number 2 slide. Scroll down, please, ma'am. Are you willing to increase your capacity from the knowledge of others? You can either wait or you can get it now in book. It helps. Reading just helps you not be an idiot. I mean, that's what I can say. It helps you broaden your mind. Okay, scroll down next. There's two different things. And I've heard this before, and I don't know the physiology and all the how the physical stuff works in your head, but the right side of your brain is more into ideas and understanding the concept, like freedom. Number two, the left side of your brain is more into details, short term, little things. Like freedom is you can go across state lines. The freedom is you can talk all kinds of crazy junk. It's okay. Government don't care. Like just broad view, you can travel the world. And so the concepts on the right side. So by reading, it lets you know what all is going on the earth or in the country. Reading tells you details like statistics. Like if you know, like this, somebody said, "Well, I'm scared to drive my car. I might die." Well, that's a good point. And you say, "Well, you know, there's millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people drive every day and don't die." Well, I don't want to be the one that does die. Well, then don't drive, I guess. How you gonna get around? Walk. It's gonna take you a long time. Let me tell you. See what I'm saying? It's like that's where the left side of your brain is, the details. And if you can't, so if somebody said driving is dangerous, okay, great. You got the right side. How about the fact that you got to get somewhere? That's the left side. You see what I'm saying? But you know, your right side could also understand that many people gonna live driving. More likely to die driving when you're trying to watch a dadgum TWC and drive, Stephanie. I'm just telling you. They never stopped me. I do like flying a jet. Less likely to die. But let me tell you something. Okay, let's skip this. So clarity. Go down to number 4. 4th slide. All right, so what's going to happen is I'm going to break this down to you 2 different ways. All right, the perspective, the big part. It's where if you don't read, your mind, you can't control your mind. There's 2 ways you can control your mind. Well, there's 3 different ways. It's audios, reading, and self-talk. This is one of the craziest things I've ever heard in my life. I don't know if you've heard this, Stephanie, but this is like getting smart, okay? You can't think of 2 things at the exact same time, okay? Like this. Like, tell me your, what's your little boy's name? Oh, I lost you. I don't want to miss this. What's your little boy's name? Angelo. Okay, think about Angelo. Okay? Now, think about anything else. Let's say you talk about your ex, right? Let's talk about going to Thailand. Try to think about Angelo and then think about going to Thailand. You see how he goes away when you put yourself in Thailand? Isn't that weird? Have you heard this before, Belle? Have you heard this before, Belle? You can't think about 2 things at one time.
I've heard you talk on it before, yes.
That always gets me. So like that's how this worrying book, that's one of the tricks they show you is if you're reading the book, you're thinking about what you're reading. And if you focus, you can think about this and forget your problem. Or if I start talking about Ric Flair walk like this, talk like this. Talk about I'm 196 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal. Jet flying, limousine riding, kiss stealing, hulk of a man. That's from Ric Flair, right? Well, you start saying that, you can't think about that. So when you're saying stuff, when you're reading stuff, when you're listening to audios, now don't get me wrong, you could be reading a book and start thinking about something else, but then you can't remember nothing you read. So it controls your mind when you read, and it gives your mind something else. Like it gives it something else to touch, as opposed to, for example, the worry. Writing can do it too. Writing is another way you can get stuff off your mind. Like it sounds weird, but like one of the things in the books, you write down the top 5 things that are bothering you. There's 5 things that are off of your mind because they're on a sheet of paper. Because your mind, if you keep them in your mind, you have to keep bouncing around to try to remember what they are. And every time it touches on this worry, you worry a little bit. It touches on that worry. Put them on a sheet of paper, you worry less. It's weird. Okay? This is what reading tells you. Like what I'm telling you, I didn't make up. I got it from psychiatrists, psychologists, and leadership books. So reading helps you understand this. Go back to my slide, please, Tia. All right. You will find this too. Energy. You get energy from it. Every time I read, I get excited, and most of the time I have to stop reading because I got to go do something. Or I go to sleep. People say, well, see, that took energy away. Nope. Energy takes energy. The ability to lay your head down and go to sleep takes energy. And reading will give you the energy to have a good night's sleep, believe it or not. Isn't that crazy? All right. This is an odd thing that get books help you understand. Regard all experiences as mere experiences. It's important to expect nothing, to take every experience, including the negative ones, as merely steps on the path. The last part is the biggest part, and to proceed. And to me, the 3 biggest words in a statement is, and to proceed. Guess what happened? Got my arm cut off. Oh, jeez, what was that like? That's terrible. Okay. And to proceed. Can't see out of this eye, half nothing. Trying to get stigmatism like you wouldn't believe. And to proceed. You see, Stephanie, everybody get this. Guess what happened? This kid died on me. How old are they? 97. What the hell? You got like 15 years I expect you to get from them. You see, by the way, my man Ram, he's a Buddhist. So what's that? I don't know. But every time I think of Buddhist, I see that big person sitting there. There's this place got a big Buddha in Vegas. Got good Chinese food. Don't talk bad about Buddhists. I didn't say nothing bad. I do that. You've seen it. You ever that? I just bought a hotel. That woman's a Buddhist. She said, I'll be careful of the different people that would come into the hotel. Safety. I said, you got Buddha over there to protect you. She said, that's a good point. And she said, plus I'm a 2nd degree karate person. I was like, all right. You see you understand what I'm saying, Bray? What I'm saying is, do you ever catch yourself getting really excited about something and then you do stupid stuff? Do you ever get yourself to get mad about something with Jake and you say stuff and lose kind of energy? Like you're not regarding stuff as an experience. What you're doing is you have an opinion about it. He shouldn't have done that. I haven't go ask if you ever done that, but you see, this statement, reading helps you regard every experience as an experience. Jeff Wright would want me to say this to you. The world don't owe you a damn thing. Jake don't owe you nothing. Yes, he does too. No, he don't. I've given him most of my life. Okay, you got something. Was it an unfair trade? It was an unfair trade. like that's going to change it. You agreed to it. That's why I'm in these legal battles sometimes, Belle. And the people are like, he treated me wrong. How long did you work with Andy? 5 years. Like, did he imprison you? Like, you lived in Oklahoma and he was in North Carolina. How did he make you do it? Mind control. He controlled my mind. Attorneys be like, that will not hold up in court. You willingly participated for 5 years. Abuse is not, you know, that's not going to fly. You see what I'm saying, Bray? It's like nobody owes you nothing, but when you get that, so then when this guy, like, think about what I was telling you about this guy who's going into homes, spending money and not making deals and wouldn't call nobody. Well, see, what I could do is I'd be like, quit. They quit. What do we do? Well, you got Will. Oh. You got this other guy underneath you. Yeah. Yay. You see what I'm saying? It keeps you reading the book. It gives you the idea that you can be free, and it gives you the idea that it just happened. So think about this. How are we doing on time? If I'm telling you that you got to learn how to speak a culture more, or I'm telling you, Riddle or Paul Roberts, this is huge in the way people feel. You say, but if they just regarded it as an experience, that's not a problem. It's absolutely not a problem. Stephanie, is this making any sense to you?
100%.
Wouldn't it be cool? Wouldn't it be cool if you got Angelo? I don't know if it's the right word, but enlightened.
Absolutely. He's strong-willed. Trying to get him to read the 8. He's an engineer. So working on it.
Okay. If I choose to read about goals, that's my agenda. If I get up in the morning and my real estate agent calls me, that's her agenda. If I flip on a television set before I go to bed, that's their agenda. If an agent calls me and talks to me, that's his agenda. But if I do this, this is my agenda. Who do you want to be in charge of your life? You or your television set? If I read John Gordon, it's my agenda. It keeps you on your agenda. Let's go back to it might be the last page here. Tia, I think it is. Reading clarity. All right. The two offices of memory are collection and distribution. Statistic. Regular reading reduces the rate of memory by the decline of your memory by 32%. If you read and repeat. Collection and distribution. So when I listen to the audio of worry and then I pass it on, that's collection and distribution. So, Murray, when you're reading and you're having an agent, you call them up, you talk, how you doing, Dave? Life's good. Got any questions? No questions. Can I tell you one thing? And then you tell them something that you just read about. I'll guarantee you will stir a conversation. But if all you do is say, hey, got any questions? How was sales today? You're going to get no questions. They go, no, I'm good. Just got my head down. But if you say, can I tell you about the tree of good and evil I was reading about in John Gordon, saying you actually have a choice in life. One is, and then repeat a little bit of the story. There was a story I was telling Jeff about. I want to repeat that story to you if I can think of it. Can't think of it right now. It was big. Jeff, if you're listening, text me that story I was telling you. I said, I want to tell you this story. I really want to, Jeff. And I told him the story. I was like, I think you can. I think you can use this piece of information. Mike Leventovich, forever the detail person. He says the leaderboard that I was showing was only life. So apparently, I think that was only showing Megan up by a certain amount. If we showed everything, she would have won more. Nick Saban, he's the famous Alabama coach. You ought to hear him. He's got all these stories. All right. Jeff, send me that question. Tell me what that. I told you a story. I don't know if you can remember what it is. All right. Relaxing your brain. Calmness, the cradle of power. Okay. Somehow, somebody just texted me, said, you make me sound silly when you put it like that, or you make it, this is why a lot of people that a lot of times y'all see me get emotional, and then somebody will say, hey, where'd you park your car? And I go, oh, it's parked right over there. That's because I'm really not emotional. But these people that when they're emotional, they're like, he's died. You go, hey, where's your car? I can't think about my car. He's not died. My cousin died. It's like, you have a lot of power if you've lost it, right? If you've lost it. I'm so sad about my uncle. Where's the car? I think I left it just parked right outside, right on the second floor. Go ahead, you got okay. My cousin, he's a good guy. You're like, that's not authentic. No, I'm seriously tore up about my cousin. I'm just not lost my mind. Books will help you get to that point. It keeps the highs from being too high and the lows from being too low, and you get off course where you can now proceed to the next. Like if you're rolling dice on a Monopoly and you're trying to win the game, it just gives you a good solid big number that you can roll around and get around to get payday again and get around to get payday again. If you're emotional, you're gonna roll a 2 or something like that, and you're like, oh God, I'm never gonna get around this board. And that's what it is. It's like you're just rolling little numbers all the time because you can't think straight. That's what when that statement says calmness, whatever it was, calmness, got it right here. Calmness is the power. Calmness is the cradle of power. It's the ability when bullets are coming at you, families coming at you, your mama's coming at you, your husband's screaming at you, boyfriend's screaming at you, wife's screaming at you. You're like, I got TWC 12:30. It'd be the house is on fire. Yeah, I got TWC at 12:30. We got to go somewhere where I can get me a dadgum link to a computer. It's going to be too smoky in the office. You don't understand it. It's going to burn down. It's having that focus, the ability to stay calm and move in that direction. So, yeah, he's right. I was talking about people. I get people to read so they won't get distracted. So I was probably talking about somebody. Yeah. I know. But when people read, they don't like this person is so mad at me. They produced a video, right? Or this person is so mad at me, they write a 10-page letter. Or this person talks about me when I ain't there. Make sense? Like my mama said, they talking about you here in Burlington. I said, what'd they say? And I told her, I said, when they talking about me, mama, that saves somebody else from being talked about. Because if they talking about me, they can't be talking about somebody else. So I'll be Huckleberry. Somebody else should be thanking me for being the one they're talking about as opposed to talking about them. But what happens is if people read books, they don't go off the deep end like that. Like I'll guarantee you they're not reading. You can't read. I mean, nowhere in this book or this book or the book of Proverbs or John Gordon's book or the recruiting, this is a crazy one, a recruiting superstar. You see what I'm saying? Like you can't, it keeps people on track to create their goals, to hit their goals. So really, I want people to stay on track to hit their goals. So what it does, it gives you ideas on the right side of your brain. It gives you details on the inside. It lets you create your own agenda. It lets you decide what you're going to think about for a little window of time, and you create power. And then with that power, you propel yourself above other people. I'm like, I don't want to be above other people. I'm talking money. There's people that are broke. See, you're not reading. A lot of times when I talk to myself like that and contradict myself, I'm quoting what a non-reader would say. Or they're reading, but they're not comprehending what they're reading. Most times it's non-readers. They're just not reading. They lose their mind when I say stuff. They get, oh, you said Rodriguez is where that name come from. You said, like, whatever, read a book. You know, like calm yourself down. I said this a couple times. I'll say something to Belle Krause. Belle won't be offended, and a non-reader will be more offended than the person that I'm supposedly offending. Have you seen this, Stephanie? Have you seen it, especially family? Because if you've got friends that are non-readers, you're probably making a big mistake. Family, you can't make them not be family, but you can limit your time. Then it's another people. Oh, you're trying to separate me from your family. Like, bro, I don't give a damn about you and your family. I'm trying to tell you how I win, how Belle's winning, how Billy Crane's winning, how Stephen Davies winning. We do not put ourselves with dum-dums too much. Too much. But like, Jeff Bright's giving me tips on what to say. Oh, I got to get my mind right for this, because my mama, she'll hit you. People talking, she's doing it lips, like what she's going to say is important. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're talking about you. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They're talking about you. like what are you, some kind of dead dumb redneck? And I think about this, Stephanie. I go like that. Here, how about this one? If not for the grace of God, there go I. How about this one? If not for a book, there go I. This is a man a long time ago. I heard him talking on stage one of the big conventions. He said, there are secrets in this world. There's ways that you can get by and get to the top. And they hide them. They hide the secret from us. And I'm like, I'm taking notes, and I was like, where do they hide them? He said, they hide them in books. And then, to take it a step further, they put the books in libraries. Because people don't know where the libraries are, and they don't know where the books are. And then if they find them, they're probably so tired by the time they get there, they won't read them. This Amazon thing has taken the lid off of education. You can just plunk it in, ship it right to you. You don't even have to know where the library is. Matter of fact, some of you young people don't even know what a library is and what it's for, and if they really exist. This one gets me. No kidding. No kidding. No offense to the library users, but people that still use the library, I was saying, oh my God. I know it's a good thing. The library's a good thing. But I'm like, oh my God, you can order it on Amazon for like $13. But $13, Stephanie, a lot of money to some people.
What you get from the book is worth more than the $13. And the next day, you read it, get your money back.
Oh, hey guys, look, foresters, top producers. We had a couple more people that are top producers that couldn't get jump on. I think Mark Hutchins trying to get caught up on you. He's in a house right now, Megan, trying to make a sale, so he's going to listen to this later. Oh, hey, listen, I want to help y'all. Like, I've joined Integrity, almost wore my Integrity shirt, and the way it works, I get paid to help y'all get rich. In other words, I don't get the money. I don't get the override. I got stock in the company. My goal is to help you move up. And if I can be the monkey. Oh, that's another thing the Riddle team says. Monkey see, monkey do. Whatever you do, people gonna copy. So I can be the monkey in the tree, and you're down there on the ground. Like I'm up on my third floor of my house. I say, hey, go around that way. The door's open on that side. I will tell you where the door's open. Why not? Don't hurt me till you win. There's no limited amount of winners. It's like we're going to Thailand. There's no limit. However many people earn the points, go. We don't say the first 100 or the top 100, top 50. We can do that. We're doing that with the T-shirts. This the next 98 people gonna get one, and it's over with. It's not unlimited on that 10K shirt. Thailand's unlimited. Wealth in America is unlimited. How many people become multimillionaires? You're holding yourself back. I told somebody brand new, talking to a 19-year-old girl, fired up out of her mind, decided not to go to college. Her daddy's self-employed. He said he's cool with it. I said, the toughest part is the last 6 or 7 inches to success. And it's the 6 or 7 inches between your ears. It's just you never heard that before. I said, you understand? That's the first part's getting started and wanting to do something, and the next part's dealing with that head game. Books help you with a head game, and having a mentor that'll help you with the head game and the mental game. Keep fighting through it. It's a big deal. If you're close by, hope to see you at 3D, Three Daughters, in a couple of hours. We're going to hang out tonight, 9 a.m. sharp. We're going to start training, kicking it off, doing IULs, Medicare, MedSup, annuities, BAM. It's going to be a great training session at Don Cesar. I look forward to seeing you guys tonight. Look forward to seeing some of you tomorrow. Also look forward to doing some more Zoom calls with some of the leaders so you pull together your top people across the country and see if we can help you create your culture of victory. Love y'all. Hope this helps. Thank you, Tia. Great job. Is there anything I'm leaving out, Tia, for everybody? Jeff, we're good. We're good. Love y'all. Thanks. I appreciate y'all being on here. It helps a lot. Maybe. Good job. See y'all later.